Welcome to Talk Sports with Basil John.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Talk Sports with me, Basil John. Today we'll be talking about the game between Cardiff City and Chelsea that happened at the Cardiff City Stadium in Wales. It ended 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. But the question is, did Chelsea deserve that win? Of course, I bet you think so, but I bet to differ because I don't really think that Chelsea deserved that win. I think Cardiff City were robbed. Well, it was really shown in the expression of the Cardiff City manager Neil Warnock. First of all, let's talk about how Chelsea approached that game. To start with, this is the first game after the international break, and a whole lot of people were thinking that the manager, Maurizio Sarri, is going to rest some players. Well, I thought so too, but the caliber of players he rested, the caliber of players he started, is actually bringing a whole lot of questions that is begging for answers. To start with, resting Eden Hazard, resting N'Golo Kante, not starting Ruben Loftus-Cheek, not starting hudson-odoi, well, I know that for sure, not starting Andreas Christensen, not starting Emerson Palmieri. Big question, what happened? Not even starting Oliver Giroud had a spell with France in the international break. Hudson-odoi had a spell with England in the international break. Ross Barkley had a spell with England in the international break, and so did Eden Hazard, who captained the Belgian national team in the international break. Same with N'Golo Kante, who had a spell with France. Let's say he decided to give these players a rest. What happened? Now, Maurizio Sarri decided to start some players his almost natural team, starting Willian, starting Pedro, and starting Higuain, starting Ross Barkley, Kovacic, alongside Jorginho in the midfield for the first time in almost a while, and also his normal back four, Cesar Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Antonio Rudiger, and also Marcos Alonso, with Kepa in between the six. But the question is, what happened? Why did he have to start Ross Barkley if he was resting players that actually went over, that had a good spell or that had a spell with the international team side during the international break? Ross Barkley started two of England's game, and Ross Barkley was also fit to start ahead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek that didn't even have anything to do with the international break. Let's say he pulled out, not because he had an injury, he pulled out of the international break because he was actually taking precautions. That was a precautionary move, not because he was injured. He pulled out because he was actually taking precautions. But the question is, what is it with Sarri and not starting Callum Hudson-odoi? Well, he's actually stated that Hudson-odoi needs time. He's going to start. Okay. Now, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he was actually resting some players because Chelsea have a game on Wednesday. Yes, of course, I give him the benefit of that doubt. And definitely, he gambled that game by actually resting Eden Hazard and resting N'Golo Kante. Now, let's move over to the players. The goalpost keeper Ariza Balaga. Kepa had a good game, no doubt. He actually had nothing to do about the goal that came in the first half. He should have actually done something, but no. He's actually getting good at his passes, and he's good with the distribution of passes and build-up play from the back, the defense line. Now, I won't talk about all the players. I'll talk about the players that need to improve. David Luiz. I think David Luiz should actually give way for Antonio Rudiger. Well, Maurizio Sarri gave the reason for resting Eden Hazard and N'Golo Kante for the fact that they can't play 70 matches a season. Yeah, they played a whole lot of matches. They played in the English Premier League. They played some matches in the FA Cup. As a them, they played some matches in the Carabao Cup and even in the UEFA Europa League. But he decided to rest them, no doubt. Let's see what will happen on Wednesday. But I think David Luiz needs to be rested too. Games like this, why start David Luiz? Why not give opportunity, give a chance to Andreas Christensen, who, to my own opinion, is almost at the same level, if not better, than David Luiz and Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger in that game, Rudiger almost got a red card. He was not really on top of his game, and that was really sad one for Antonio Rudiger. Chelsea were really having struggles making some good passes from the back to the midfield, and also Marcos Alonso. Ooh, real disaster class from Marcos Alonso. Alonso wasn't really it, especially in the first half. He gave a very bad performance, even though he tried to rescue or to save his name or actually get a good face by giving that assist. That was it for the winner. When Ruben Loftus-Cheek actually headed home the goal. And also, who again right there? Let's talk about Jorginho. Yes, Jorginho, he got a yellow card. He could have actually got a red card in that particular game, but I think Jorginho is steadily improving. And we know Jorginho, when I mean improving, I don't mean he's actually having a good game, but he is actually improving from the Jorginho we knew in the past a couple of games back, especially when Chelsea took on Manchester City, took on Bournemouth and the likes. And better still, we know Jorginho thrives and plays better when the people beside him are having a good game. And we know very well that Mateo Kovacic wasn't really impressive when he was actually playing at the RCM position. But in the second half, when Jorginho was substituted off and he was converted, he played at the register role, he had a good game, no doubt. And I'm really beginning to think, what is it with Mauricio Sarri? Why doesn't he learn? Yes, of course, I'm using that word. Why doesn't he learn? Because he knows better that Mateo Kovacic plays better these days when he plays at the register role, meaning he should be used as an option to Jorginho. You cannot play Mateo Kovacic at the RCM position when you're playing against a team and you need to score. This is a player that hasn't scored in 2 years, and playing him in that particular position is not going to go a long way. And definitely Chelsea needed to change things up. The first half was so poor. Disaster class. It was an abysmal. And I was beginning to think, what's happening? The team were not really moving. They were not rotating. They were not moving up forward. They were really playing sluggishly. And that was sad one for Chelsea. And it's becoming a norm. It's becoming normal for teams these days to read Chelsea games. Just sit back and defend in the first half. They'll come pressing. And in the second half, you move forward, try to score, and that's it. Get the game. And that was almost happening before Cesar Azpilicueta scored that offside goal. Yes, it was not just offside, it was really offside. It was terribly offside. And definitely, even though I'm a Chelsea fan and know better to say that that particular goal was an offside goal, no wonder Neil Warnock was so pissed. He was so angry because he actually thinks that after the match, in his post-match conference, he says the English Premier League is the best league in the world with the worst officials. Well, do I agree? Well, entirely. Do I disagree? No, I agree with him entirely. Definitely, Chelsea didn't deserve to win that particular match. Now, let's talk about the two wingers, Willian and Pedro. Well, apart from the fact that Willian got an assist in the particular game, I would say that Willian really wasn't it. Willian really wasn't on top of his game today. Pedro wasn't even in the game. Pedro was Chelsea. Personally, I think Chelsea were playing shot one because Pedro was not even in the game. And this is showing the whole world why Mauricio Sarri needs to start hudson-odoi on Wednesday. Now that he has actually seen what happened against the Cardiff City, no disrespect to Cardiff City, a team that is really struggling fighting the relegation battle, and Chelsea, having their hopes of making it to the top four, were really struggling against the Cardiff City. How well will they fare when they take on Brighton and Hove Albion on Wednesday? Now, here is my advice. I think Mauricio Sarri needs to start Andres Christensen on Wednesday against Brighton and Hove Albion ahead of David Luiz. He needs to start Emerson ahead of Marcos Alonso. He needs to start Ruben Loftus-Cheek ahead of Ross Barkley. And definitely he needs to play Mateo Kovacic only in the register role. He should be a substitute or a backup for Jorginho. And definitely Pedro should be giving way to Hudson-Odoi needs to start ahead of Pedro and Willian. So, and definitely finally, I think Gonzalo Higuain needs to give way to Olivier Giroud. At least it can make a coming as a substitute. Giroud had a good spell with France. Giroud had a good spell in the Europa League. Giroud is really on form. Giroud is really scoring goals, and I think what Chelsea needs now is the goals. Gonzalo Higuain has had time without numbers to try to score the goal, but it's not forthcoming. So I think he needs to give way a little bit to Olivier Giroud. With that, we come to the end of this edition of Talk Sports. Do well to like this video, do well to subscribe to this channel. I am Basil John. Have a nice day.